Okay, good afternoon everybody. I hope you've had a lovely morning. It's Denise here, Denise Junk Journals UK. So this should be my second video of the day today that goes up. You should have seen the Tattytreasure and Friends Facebook group challenge this morning, which was a postcard challenge. Head over to Tattytreasure and Friends Facebook group if you want to know more about that, or head back to my video and it will explain how to find out about it and what to do. But now I'm starting back on the, well, it's kind of Flower Fairy, but I'm going to mass make some covers, some journal covers. Gosh, words again, as soon as I start leave me. Yes, I'm going to mass make some journal covers out of fabric, and then I'm going to choose one for the Flower Fairy journal, and we'll in another video put a topper on it and yeah, get a signature ready or two and start making it. So yes, I'm just going to start showing you from the very basics. I'm just going to show you one, and then because I do the same for all of them for these, I think I'm going to make 4. So I've just cut up some 12 by 12 papers that I've had a long time and won't ever use. Yeah, I've coffee dyed some of them, I've done all sorts with them, used them for tags and things, but I still had about 6 or 7 pages, so I've cut them up into the size that I want for the journals, which is, I believe, the journal covers. Now, the wibbly wobbly ruler here, I've had my big one out, I think it's over on the ironing board. Yeah, 22, and I think it was 30 that way. Yeah, 22 by 30, maybe a millimetre more. So that's just 12 by 12s cut down, and I'm going to glue them together. If I can find my glue, yes, it's here. So I have finally ordered some glue. I could not get any like I normally do at our local range, so I don't know if it's got anything to do with the supply and deliveries or whatever, but this I normally get from the range, this high tack. It's quite expensive as well on online, so I didn't buy it online. I bought something new. Can't remember what it's called, some craft glue. It's supposed to be PVA strong. I'll show you it when it arrives. It wasn't expensive, so if it's not that good it'll be fine, but if it's good stuff, yeah, it'll be a bargain fine, so I'll let you know, because I wanted a few things for the house as well. Paintbrushes, which we're going through like nobody's business, and a magnetic knife rack for the wall, which I've always had in my other houses. I do love to have my knives and scissors and pizza wheel. My husband is a real pizza buff, I'm not keen. He eats them a lot. Yeah, I like to have them on the wall to grab at easy. And here, while the kitchen is being, well, don't know what's being done to it. It's just being updated a little. It's not being remodelled, which I'd like it to be. Yeah, there is one small drawer, which is crazy for the amount of cutlery that that we own. I presume other people own a lot as well. Yeah, so I desperately need to get the big things up onto the wall. Right, that's it. I need that to dry now really before I can do anything else with it. So I'll just choose some fabrics, wait for it to dry, and I'll be with you in the blink of an eye. Okay, while they were drying, I think you might be a bit close in there. Better. While they were drying, I got the fabric ready. So I've got 2 pieces for each cover, because I'm going to make 2 covers. Now these are like linen type. You can see through them, so you need to put. You need a clear board. So these were only one-sided, so I've put the coloured sides together on these. There are a couple where I've put the coloured sides on the outsides, because I've made quite a few like this, and I am now having to paint them. So I've got a couple on the floor drying that I've acrylic painted or gessoed, and yeah, they're going to need another coat as well, just to make sure that it doesn't show through any material. So if you want to do a shortcut and not the long way like I did, make sure you've got something plainish on the outside, especially if your material is, this linen is quite see-through. So I've got, this is a piece I already had. This was a piece that Tania sent me that I've cut into 2. It's gorgeous, isn't it? lovely blue colour, and it kind of goes with that one as well. So I've got 2 pieces of each, so that's an outside and an inside, because I'm going to make these covers cloth both sides, which I haven't done before. So this is new to me. Now I see so many people do so many things, and I hate not telling you who I've seen do this, and I know lots of people have, but I've watched somebody within the last few weeks do a fabric cover on the inside and the outside. I think I want that one on the outside, and rather than like I do, you know, turn it under and stitch it and glue it and all those things, they just had like the loose edges. If it was you and I commented on your video recently, because it is somebody that I watch and somebody that subscribes to me, it's somebody who's regular on my channel. So yeah, if it was you and you've done it, yeah, just tell me in the comments and then I can say next time, or send someone to your video. But yeah, it's definitely somebody else's idea, not mine. And what they did was just had a little bit outside of each of the fabrics, and then I believe they stitched it on the sewing machine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. And I'm going to as well. And just leave the fray edge. So if we zigzag around it, in theory that should stop it fraying too much. If you're worried, you can put like glue on the end to seal it, or you can buy something called fray check, which I've seen other people use but never used myself, which obviously I think it's just like a glue that stops the fabric from going too far. My idea, I think, remember I'm just learning as I go, is to leave plenty of room, stitch around it and then trim it back. That might not be the way to go, but that's what I'm going to do. So I've got 2 of those which I'm going to stitch on my machine in a minute and see. The only other thing you need to think about, and I'm thinking about now, is if you want something on the front, you need to do it now. So if you want book plates, you know, so they're on the inside, or if you want a topper that's stitched on or something like that, you need to do it now. And I was just thinking about that before I turned the camera on. So I have got the piece of fabric that was left over, and what did I do with it? I thought I'd have a play with this topper that we made in the last video from the masterboard. So I thought I might have a go at stitching it on this before I use this as a cover. So I brought a piece of this lovely, do you remember, I think it's shot silk or something like that from my haul a few weeks ago. I thought that might be nice under her, seeing as there's like a purpley, is that the right way up? I think I like it that way better. Yeah, sort of purpley lilac-y blues. I thought she might go nice on that. And then I was playing with some of the fairy words, and I've just stuck one onto a tiny piece of denim, and then I thought it was getting lost. I didn't do this today, I did this playing the other day. I thought it was getting lost on there, so I've just put a piece of hessian behind it, which is white hessian, which has come from all the way from Canada, from the lovely Caroline. Thank you, Caroline. It is lovely to have all these bits to play with. I really appreciate it, the stuff that you sent me. Yeah, and I'm just wondering if she wants some like rough stitching round her before I actually stitch her on there. So I'm just really playing is what I'm doing. So I'm going to get my sewing machine out, stitch this on, these bits on, and then I'll come back to you and we'll get back to making those other covers. It will be again a blink of an eye for you. Okay, there we are then. So I've sewn it. Yeah, it wasn't difficult, to be honest. Before I actually put it on there, I went round this, just this topper with a zigzag but real pale pink, and it's showing up a little bit but not a lot. So I changed my cotton to purple, and I did a single line, 2 single lines round it, which I think's kind of emphasised it. It's like someone's highlighted it with a pen, which if you don't have a sewing machine you could do. So you could just, you know, do 2 big circles on there, and you could draw zigzags around the edge if you wanted it to look stitched, because you could just fabric tack, you could just sew this on, glue this on, it would be absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm loving that stitching on it. And then I did the same with this. No, I didn't. All I did was a zigzag round the paper piece, and it just kept everything else on. Yes, I'm really liking that. Let's give it a little bit of extra weight on the front as well. So it's kind of a practice piece this. It's not, obviously it's not as big a piece as those that I'm making. I've got a piece of card somewhere that folded. Here it is. So these were just the backs of the A4 paper, that the 12 by 12 paper. So the shiny sides are stuck-ish together inside. Now if you're just gluing it, you'll want to glue it really, really well. I've just dabbed glue around it because I am going to stitch it if my machine will go through this. So I'm going to try this just like I would these two here together, but I'm going to just put a plain piece in the middle. So when I said that I might make more than one fairy journal, this will be the second one. This is not the main one, so this looks like a kind of a practice, if you like. Yeah, so let's turn it over and see where we are. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. I think I might need to glue, might need to fabric tack a little bit, which will be fine on here. Be fine on the front, won't it? Because I can do it under that and it won't show. The thing with fabric tack is it does show, but if I can get one piece down kind of where I want it, that would be something, won't it? I won't be fighting two pieces. It's all a learning curve for me. But this is the interesting part, isn't it, of crafting. Definitely learning or trying something new to you. There's very little that's actually new in the junk journaling world. There are things, but not many. Most of it's been done before in some way, shape or form. Yes, I might have to get my other, oh no, I just needed to threaten it. I was just going to say I might have to get my other fabric tack out. So this is all going to be hidden behind that topper that we've got on the front, so I can get the fabric down, so hopefully it won't move too much. I wonder if I can put a little bit down the spine as well. I did kind of create a bit of a spine, just because it's very, very thick, this card that is on the back of the, yeah, because I'll very, very possibly cover the spine with something. Okay, so that's kind of, that's holding that fairly still, isn't it? So I'll put a bit down there behind that. Yeah, so I'm only going to have one flopsy piece now, so that should stay in place. Let's just put a lid on that and turn it upside down, because I'm sure I will be needing it again. Oops, got another one upside down there. Well, it's not now. Yeah, because this is going to show, isn't it? If I put fabric tack on there, it's going to show. I wonder if I could just put a line down the middle, because that's where the signature will go. You see, this is a big one. I said there was another one there. Picked the wrong one up. Look, it's a big one. Let's get that spread out. Try and use a piece of paper instead of my finger. I'll get it all over the material. That's it. Yeah, so that might just hold that where I want it as well, while I stitch. Yeah, now it's going to be easier to see. I've only just got enough there, look, but that's about how much I want to leave when I've finished, so that's okay. I wonder if I should cut a bit of excess off all round. Just make life a bit easier. Oops. Strange noises. Yeah, I still don't have any pinking shears. I wish I did. I do have some, but they're blunt as anything. And yeah, look at that. That's not a very good cutting job, is it? Might be easier once it's stitched on. So I'll just go stitch it on and show you what it's like when I've stitched it. Okay, then there we go. It's stitched on. I'm quite pleased with it. I didn't really take much notice of what width length I was doing it, so it's quite a long journal now. It's a sort of TN size, isn't it? I'm just going to trim it. I do like the ratty edge, the way the tatty edge has been left. I think whoever I was watching probably had the material the exact size they wanted it before they stitched, and I suppose that will come with practice or not. But yeah, for for what it's achieved, what I've achieved, for how it's turned out. I'm quite happy. Like I say, this, particularly the linen on the outside, will fray down. It is cotton, this on the inside, so I think it will do as well. It should, in theory, sorry, that's probably really close to you. I'm just doing it up there so I can see. It should, in theory, fray down to the stitching and then go no further. Now you'll notice that ribbon in the middle. I thought, just as I'd got halfway around sewing, I thought, why didn't I put something under here, a fastener or something under here? And then I thought, now I wonder if I can squeeze one through the Fabri-Tac in the middle. Yeah, so it's not the best, but it will have something stuck in front and back here, pocket or something. In fact, I've got something that might fit, just waiting to be stitched. Are you going to fit? Or are you too wide, I think? But something like that. You know, it'll have, yeah, something obviously wider and taller and thinner. Just a stacked pocket like that on each side. So that will hide that ribbon anyway, that's what I was trying to say. And it's, at least it's got a closure now. Yeah, so I think I probably need to spend some time sitting and picking with a pin and trimming back some of this. So I kind of digressed. I went off a little bit, didn't I? I don't know how long I've been filming either. So yeah, that is going to need a little bit of work there. So I'll just make up the other two like I started out to do with you. Yeah, and we'll come back to this one in a day or two and yeah, see if I manage to fray these edges and make them pretty. But I hope that's given you some ideas. Right, so back to what we were doing originally, which was these. And these I cut a little bit more to size, I think. So I think if I just do one, because it's going to be one to put away into stash for something, and then the other one I'm going to have a think about because it's going to be the actual Flower Fairy journal. So yeah, I need to think about the topper. So perhaps make the topper together next video and then put the cover together. So if we just make this an actual cover, you are a little bit on the long side there. It's just not very straight. Let's see if I can, whoops, straighten it off a bit before I sew it. I'm literally just going to sew around this. I wonder if I need to score the middle. I still didn't cut much off there, did I? Excuse me. Let's have a look at it this way. What I need is my cutting board under me and my rotary trimmer, really, when I do these. But yeah, because lifting the fabric up moves it, as you can see. So yeah, that needs a bit off there. It's impossible to do it with all that on it. Let's see. Yeah, and it did work well having it Fabri-Tac'd down. I think I might just put a bead, a small bead. Ooh. Oh, I see. You're running out on your own, are you? Around the edge where the, you know, stitching everything's going to be, so it shouldn't. Oh, you're running out, but there's nothing in you. That's the weirdest thing ever. Got it all over my nails, which is taking my nail polish off. Yeah, Fabri-Tac nightmare today. It does start behaving like that in summer, doesn't it? Alright, third time lucky. I've got another one in here somewhere, haven't I? I know I have. Hiding from me, where are you? Well, oh, it's here. I've had it out. Already had it out today. Yeah, so just a teeny tiny bit. Oh, I didn't score it. Drat and double drat. Yeah, I think scoring might definitely be a way to go. Let's put this on, seeing as we've glued it. And then see if I can score it anyway. That'll be funny. Let's lay that glue on its side and get rid of that one. So I can't see anything much. Yep, so it's just about at the 12, I think. Oh no, it's just under the 12. Yeah, because I had to trim a bit off, didn't I? So if we make, I'm just trying to see where we are. We're 2 less than 12. So 1 less than 6 will be halfway, surely. So let's try it. Try 2 less than 6. Oh, 1, 2, 2 less than 6. That's better. And then on the 6, and see if my maths was way out. Even when your maths is right and you do it on this board, it ends up being wrong, so we'll be bent in the middle somewhere anyway, won't we? Oops. Is that it? As long as it's just got a bit of a bend, because it's got my corners together. No, let's get the corners together. Maybe should have just bent it in half. Okay, so it's like a circular spine now, which is fine as long as it bends round. Yeah, that's it. That's better. That's definitely better. It's more that way. Every time I bend it, I'm just loosening the spine a bit more, which is good. Hard work, but good. So straighten those edges while it's bent. That's it. That's it. So I had one line, but I couldn't get the other one in. That should be creating the other one now, hopefully. Yes, hooray. Gosh, that took some doing. I'm puffing and panting now. So this way up with this one, I want some more fabric tack, just a little bit. So that tiny bit has held it enough to keep it in place when stitching. Yeah, if it was you that I followed, you probably don't even want to admit that what I'm doing now is following you, because it probably bears no resemblance whatsoever to what you did. This is just me playing. Happy to have my sewing machine back out again, I have to say. I'm a little bit rusty on that now as well. It won't take me long. Yeah, so this one will have the blue on the outside. I don't know about this one, I haven't decided yet, but that's going to be we'll make a topper and then see which one goes best on it. Just wondering if to put a book plate in there. Am I too late? No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to. Change my mind. Sorry about that. You could hear the cogs whirring, couldn't you? Right, let's get it stitched and then see where we're up to. Okay. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how this one's come out. So it, like the other one, it needs a bit of fraying. I have trimmed it round, but it just needs a, picking with a pin or something like that, just to get the edges frayed a bit like that. Yeah, the more frayed they are, the nicer they're going to look like that. A frayed edge like that. It's going to be nice, isn't it? Yeah, quite like it. Like I say, there's some's got a lot more fraying than others to do, but it'll just be a matter of sitting and picking like that and then trimming until you get all the frayed bits. But it's going to be nice. And then yeah, either something glued on on there, or you know, there's no reason why you can't do the same and put a book plate holding both pieces together, and then glue something on the inside like the pockets that I showed you for the other one. Yeah, it's not stuck down in the middle there, but the signature will hold that down. I was thinking, should I put a stitch down the middle? But that does sometimes twist your page, your card, your paper, and your fabric on your card. So I'm not going to do that. The stitching, the signature, the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, that's it, will hold that in. Yeah, so I like it. I was thinking it might be nice, the Flower Fairy one that we're making might be nice with a pocket also stitched in, you know, in here on top of this actual material, because this goes lovely with this material. So I think I might do that with this one. So we'll make a topper for this. I'll do it with you. We'll make a topper to go on the blue that's Flower Fairy, and we will also stitch some of this in the middle to make a lovely pocket on the inside. Okay, so that's it. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed seeing it. You know, if you want to give me any advice or talk to me in the comments, yeah, please be kind. But yeah, it'd be lovely to read it. I am chatting with you now, and I think what we'll do is next time, tomorrow's video will be some Flower Fairy makes, and then we'll finish the cover, and then we will do the pages. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to the pages. Okay, thanks for staying with me, guys, and yeah, pop back tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.